Hi, good day everyone. Welcome to our presentations. My name is Tani Ching. I'm from Group 1 and my group members are Choi Maman, Li Jingying and Wong Wei Fang. As you can see on the screen, our topic today is premise, equipment and facility. We would like to use traditional medicines and health supplement as our example today. Good Manufacturing Practices (GMP) is a group of guidelines regulated by WHO since 1975 throughout the world. Its aim is to ensure the products, which are pharmaceuticals and cosmetics, are consistently produced and controlled according to quality standards. GMP covers all aspects of productions, which from the starting materials, premises and equipment, to the training and personal hygiene of staff. Many countries have formulated their own requirements for GMP based on WHO GMP. In Malaysia, under the Controls of Drug and Cosmetic Regulations 1984, compliance with GMP is required as one of the conditions to be considered in the evaluations of applications for a manufacturing license. We do have our own guidelines on GMP for traditional medicines and health supplements. The good practices outlined in these guidelines should be considered as general guides. Whenever necessary, they may be adapted to meet individual needs, provided the established standards of medicine quality are still achieved. The purpose of these guidelines is to outline steps which should be taken as necessary and appropriate by manufacturers of traditional medicines and health supplements with the objective of ensuring their products are of the intended quality and natural. Okay, so these are the definitions for premise, equipment and facility. So premise is the buildings and the land a building is on, whereas equipment is known as the machines or major tools necessary to complete a given task, while facility can be known as a certain kind of buildings which serves a particular purpose. So now let us look at the principles for premise, equipment and facility. So the productions of traditional medicines and health supplements that utilize materials of natural origins, such as plants and animals, are prone to contaminations, deteriorations, and variations in quality. Therefore, the control of starting materials, storage, and processing of traditional medicine and health supplements is important. The control is also required because of the often complex and variable naturals, the numbers and the small quantities of defined active materials in many traditional medicines and health supplements. The general guideline for premises are: the premises for manufacturing should be of suitable size, designs, constructions, and locations to facilitate proper operations, cleanings, and maintenance. The second one is steps should be taken in order to prevent the entries of unauthorized people. And last is all premises, including production areas, laboratories, store, passageways, and external surroundings should be maintained in a clean and tidy conditions. Next, I will pass my presentation to my members.
So now we'll look at the location and design. So these are the few points that need to be considered when deciding the location and design for a premise. So first one is the location and design need to be approved by relevant authorities. The premise must be located at a suitable site, approved or in accordance with the relevant authorities. Second, the location and design need to avoid contamination. So the premise should be located as to avoid contamination from the surrounding environment, such as air, earth, and water pollutants, as well as from the other nearby activities. The next one is a suitable manufacturing site. The manufacturing of the traditional medicines and health supplements should be done in separate facilities. And then lastly, the location and design need to protect the premise against natural disaster and harboring of animals. The premise, it should be constructed and maintained to protect against natural disasters such as extreme weather, flood, ground seepage, and also the access and harboring of vermin, rodents, birds, insects, or any other animal. So now we'll look at the requirement for the production areas in a premise. So firstly, we'll look at the interior surface, which is the wall, floors, or the ceiling. They should be smooth and free from cracks and open joints. Also, they should not retain and shed particulates matter. They should also permit easy cleaning and, if necessary, disinfecting. The floor should be an even surface and made of impervious materials, so same to the wall. The wall should also be impervious and washable. Impervious is like does not allow fluids to flow through. And the junction between the walls and floor should facilitate cleaning. The next one is open channels. So open channels actually should be avoided in production areas, but if required, they should be able to facilitate cleaning and disinfecting. So it should be like shallow enough so that easy to clean and disinfect. It is also need to made of suitable materials, and all the drainage outlets should have suitable trap gullies. So now we'll look at the pipe work, like fittings and air ventilations in production area. So firstly, the building should be effectively lit and ventilated with the air control facilities, and temperature, humidity, filtration, all should be taken into the consideration. And this ventilating condition should be appropriate for the both production operation and the external environment. And all the pipe works, like fitting and ventilation points in manufacturing area is actually ideally installed outside the processing area, so this is to prevent the contamination. The next one is separating production area. So the production of internal and external product must be carried out at separate rooms. So next we'll look at the maintenance of the premise. So the condition of the building should be reviewed regularly and repaired when it is necessary. Also, special care should be exercised to ensure that the maintenance process, either directly or indirectly, does not affect the manufacturing process and the storage of the traditional medicine and health supplements. Also, to ensure the accurate functioning of the equipment. So lastly, we'll look at the specific provision. Specific provision should be taken during the sampling, weighing, mixing, and processing operation whenever dust is generated. This is to facilitate the cleaning and avoid cross-contamination, such as dust extraction system.
Guidelines for storage area is necessary to make sure a good manufacturing practice. Storage area should be of adequate space, provided with suitable lighting, arranged and equipped to allow dry, clean, and orderly placement of store material and products. Storage area should be suitable for effective separation of quarantine, recall or return, reject, and approve of passes, materials, and finished products. A special and segregated area should be available for storage of flammable and explosive substances, highly toxic substances, reject and recall material and products. A separate area should be provided for storage of crude natural materials. The store area should be well ventilated and equipped in such a way as to give protection against insects and other animals. Effective measures should be taken to prevent the spread of any such animals and microorganisms, bring in with the crude natural material to prevent fermentation and cross-contamination. Containers should be located in such a way as to allow free air circulation. A special attention should be paid to the cleanliness and good maintenance of the storage area, particularly when the dust is generated. The store of plant extract and other preparation may require special conditions of temperature, humidity, or light protection. These conditions should be provided and monitored. Storage areas should be laid out to permit effective and orderly segregation of various categories of material stored and to allow rotation of stock. Label and other printed materials should be stored in a proper manner to avoid mix-up. Receiving and dispatch bays should be protect material and product from the weather. Reception areas should be designed and equipped to allow container of incoming material to be cleaned where necessary before storage. All the quarantine material should be stored in a receipt area accessible to authorized personnel only. A different enclosed and well-ventilated area should be used to quarantine incoming materials of natural origin and for the approved materials of natural origin. There should normally be a separate sampling area for starting material. If sampling is performed in the storage area, it should be conducted in such way as to prevent contamination or cross-contamination. Quality control areas should be provided and monitored in pharmaceutical industry. Quality control in the pharmaceutical industry is to test the drug in their various stages of production, verifying that they are able to proceed to the next stages and release the manufacturing process in accordance with the regulation and specification required for consumption. Laboratories or quality control area should be separate from production area. There should be adequate suitable storage space for sampling and records.
Now I will talk about the cleaning and sanitization of the premise. First of all, we need to make sure that the premise have the toilet and changing room in a proper locations. When the worker enter to the changing room or toilets or after using it, we need to make sure that it have an adequate hand washing facility for the worker or other related authorities to avoid the contamination happen. Besides, local facilities should be provided to the worker to store their personal things. Next, canteen. We need to restrict to a specific area for the people to preparations, storage and consumption of food and beverage in the premise. It's not to let the worker having their meals in random place. Next, cleaning utilities. We need to make sure that the cleaning utilities or any other apparatus we use is not causing any potential risk of contamination to our product. Besides, rodent-deciders, insect-deciders, fumigation agent and sanitizing material must not be permitted to use in the premise. Next, the written procedure should be provided in the premise. The detail of sanitization describing cleaning, schedule methods, equipment material should be written clearly to make sure that all the worker and people can be know well and not any misunderstanding happen. Besides, no animal including pets are allowed in the premises. Waste material is not allowed to accumulate and should be collected regularly and disposed in a safety way. Now we're moving on to the equipment. Actually, equipment is almost same with the premises. The first, its design and its construction place and for maintenance. It must be suitable for the intense use. And we need to make sure that the equipment's place and design can be eliminate the contaminations. We do also need to have a written procedure for the cleaning and maintenance equipment, including utensils used in the manufacture, procedure, packaging, or holding traditional medicine and health supplements. Besides, the equipment should check for the cleaning period for each use. Next, we need to make sure that the production equipment should not present any hazard to the product. The cleaning and sanitization should be clean in both inside and outside after use. The vacuum or wet cleaning method are preferred for the cleaning. If any missed component happens, we should report and investigate immediately to the office. That's all for our groups. Thank you.